and it probably could end up as a series, depending on how much you guys like it, on social media marketing, specifically with Facebook. I know these videos, most of you guys know me from YouTube, which is nice or whatever, whatever you want to call it. Um, YouTube's nice, but when I talk about my business, specifically my real estate business, and to a slightly lesser extent, my laundromat business, almost all the marketing that I do is on Facebook. And the reason is because I do it for free. As you guys might know, I'm actually banned from buying ads from both Google and Facebook. Long story short, I had an opportunity of a lifetime to loan my Facebook account to somebody for the princely sum of $25,000. He used it to make fun of the president of a foreign country, which has these odd laws that say that you can't make fun of them anymore. He made unbelievable amounts of money, like high six figures, low seven figures. The end result was I continue to have a Facebook account, but I'm not allowed anymore to buy ads. So that was a long time ago, and I've had to come up with some really creative ways to do Facebook ads for free because I can't buy them anymore. So what I do for the most part is called organic marketing, meaning I don't buy anything, at least on the surface. I don't pay for ads. Everything I do is just free, and it works really, really well. Facebook marketing is very different from YouTube. YouTube, you put ads, you get people to like videos, you get them to watch for a long period of time, and you get them to have a high click-through rate. Facebook's completely different, and it's more about social appeal. What does a product or thing that you offer present itself? What does it do to benefit other people? And long story short, if you can come up with an idea or a product, or the product that you have can be marketed to people via Facebook in a way that makes it appear to be of social value or a high quality product, some reason to market, or some reason for somebody to buy it, it will do very, very well. As many of you know, I have a real estate company. We do crap loads of Facebook advertising. I own a newspaper company. I would say 80% of our traffic is from Facebook. I have the laundromat. 100% of our marketing is done on Facebook. And with everything, I haven't spent a dime on it as of yet. And it presents, in my mind, the number one way, or at least one of the biggest ways that's cheap, easy, just takes your time to market for real estate, whether that's marketing a rental. Maybe you want to market yourself to buy other people's rentals. Maybe you want to look for houses to flip. Maybe you want to sell a house to flip. Maybe you want to start a contracting company. You want to sell organic popcorn like I talked about on one of my prior videos. I don't know what it is that you might want to do with Facebook, but Facebook is a place to do it. If you look at the graphic here, it says that about 60% of internet users know about Facebook, and they use it at least on a somewhat frequently basis. Not all your customers are going to be daily Facebook users, but the thing that I find that is just insanely powerful is everybody knows somebody that's on Facebook. And that's essentially all you have to do. You have to get in front of the people that know somebody that want your product. I have 3,000 friends right now on Facebook, and it's just insane. I can come up with products, I can churn products, and I can get a user base almost instantaneously, regardless of whatever it is. That social media background has been built up. My social media presence on there has been built up over quite a few years. But I find that as time goes on, I get better and better and better at it. And I'm going to show you guys quite a few examples of actual ads that I've done that have made me money on Facebook and things like that. Most of this content, the actual ad rights, are going to be on our Teachable page at investmentjoy.com/teach. You go there, you get connected to our Teachable website, you sign in. It's free. You can do the downloads. There's a couple software programs for Chrome that I'm going to highly recommend here. They're free. I have the paid version. I don't find that the paid version is really any better than the free version. So you can get these great tools for Facebook, and it helps you organic market just insanely well. So to start off with, a lot of people I run into have this idea that they have no marketing skills. They have no presence. You might have no Facebook page, no Instagram, no YouTube. You don't have anything. But the thing that most people have is friends. Everybody knows everybody. And if you get into a real estate class, or talk to anybody, they'll have something called a sphere of influence and sphere of control. You get on Google Images, and that's what I did for this. I typed in sphere of influence, and they have all these wonderful, wonderful images and things of that nature. Stuff that I couldn't come up with these graphics if I tried. And there's a little picture of a stick man here on the screen, and it has a circle. And it has the picture of a guy in it, and there's a sphere of control, meaning there's people in your life that you can't control. I don't like that term. I like the term influence. There's a sphere of people next to you that are people that you can influence, like your grandma, your mom, immediate family members. Maybe you're part of a community organization or a church or some sort of civic activity. Maybe it's people at school. On average, the statistic is that everybody's kind of friends are associated with about 200 people, meaning there's 200 people that you could think of. If you had enough time and there was a place for it, there'd be about 200 people that you can contact. So everybody has this built-in influential control that you can have. And it's an absolutely wonderful thing when it comes time to starting a social media presence, especially on Facebook, because they have this awesome way of just scraping all the data from your life and stealing your presence, stealing who you are, and going out and figure out who you're related to. I've started... the number of people that come out of the woodwork from my past, like 30, 20 years ago, the neighbor that I grew up with, I don't understand how they have data with regards to finding my neighbors from when I was 6 years old, but somehow Facebook does that. So manipulating or utilizing your personal sphere of influence is super, super easy to do with Facebook, and it's why I like it. But you have to provide a reason for people to do that. If there's a necessity for immediate, a video series on setting up your Facebook page, I'll do it. To me, it's something you can Google. You can find a YouTube video on in like 30 seconds on how to set up a Facebook page. And realistically, it's one of those things where, to me, the pretty pictures, the banner images, that kind of stuff, to me, it's not important at all, guys. I know I should say, go out and buy really expensive image packs. I've paid media consultants to do that crap for me. It is not important. 95% of the power that I get from Facebook and marketing is from connecting with people and asking them to help me. That's kind of everything that I do in a nutshell. Talking to people asking them for help, and Facebook provides you a super, super easy way to do that. So I'm going to put up here on the screen, and it'll be in the download section, the quintessential idea behind Facebook marketing. You open up a page on whether it's your real estate business, your laundromat, which is what my primary example today, whatever it is that you have that you want to attract people to, you want to get people to talk to you, sell you a house, buy a house, go use your laundromat, or whatever. They've got to feel some sort of reason that what you're doing in your business benefits them. And even if they will never come to your business, even if they have no interest in using your products, you've got to provide an incentive. You've got to provide some reason for them to come back and feel that you're a good person, you're a good human being, and what you're doing benefits the community. So, for an example, I bought my laundromat July 2019. My competitor has about 300 likes on Facebook, and one of your primary metrics is how many people like your page. So within 2 weeks, I beat them out. We don't have a huge like following, but anytime I post content, it just goes crazy. And I do that because I post content that makes people feel like when they share it, when they like my Facebook posts, when they engage with my laundromat page, there is a benefit. For instance, and this is one example of free marketing. My wife wanted to get rid of books. And you're saying, well, okay, whatever. So I did a Facebook post, and we'll read it off to you. My wife told me that if I didn't finally take these books to the laundromat for everybody to read, I wasn't allowed to come home, or otherwise she would throw them at me. So I'm pleased to announce a whole bunch of books at the laundromat free for you to borrow. You can keep them, you can take them home, you can read them. The only thing I ask is that maybe you consider bringing them back when you're done so somebody else has the chance to read them as well. Stop into Brandon's Laundromat in town and participate in a book exchange. It didn't cost me a single cent. My wife's going to throw the books out. God forbid I had to go to the library, This is when laundromats or libraries were open, and go and get books for 10 cents a piece. So I took a whole bunch of books to the laundromat and put them on the shelf, took a picture with my cell phone. This cell phone right here, you probably have one, and I threw it on my free Facebook page. And if you look, there are 7,002 people that read the post. Facebook has something called a people reached. It's a organic reach metric. It means that somebody looked and paid attention to my Facebook post for 3 seconds. I try to provide content that is shareable, that people are interested in. There's an incentive. So when there is something that I do that people feel that benefits the community, it will help them. It will help me market my product. Or whatever it is that I'm selling. Another example is we had Free Laundry Day for the homeless people of our community. I threw it on my Facebook page and said, it was a 2-part post. I said, hey, we're going to have Free Laundry Day. Just let you know what's going on at the park. And then the pastor of a local church and his wife came, and they literally sat at the laundromat. They didn't do anything. They just made sure no one got vandalized. I didn't do anything. I was contacted by a company or a community organization to come out, and they sent these people here to do it. They provided the soap. All I did was pay like $2 worth of water. Now, the thing is, with a community involvement like that, of course, it becomes a Facebook post and it goes on Brandon's Laundromat page. And with this, I word it, big thank you to Reverend so-and-so from the so-and-so High Street Church for being our attendance today, that our laundromat might be able to participate in an anti-homelessness event. If you know somebody that's struggling with homelessness, make sure that they come down to the laundromat, get a voucher, and they can do their clothes. 6,291 people reached. 654 people clicked and thumbed through the pictures, looked at my laundromat page, or whatever. So in between 2 posts that took me essentially 10 minutes worth of effort on my end, I had over 13,000 people, and this is in a town of 62,000 or 26,000 people. Effectively, half the town saw that Brandon owns a laundromat on such and such a street in town next by the post office. And that is, to me, what the magic of Facebook is. Now, when you start a Facebook page, you'll have no social following. So that's why you go and you rely on your sphere of influence, the people that you know, your grandma that shares everything on Facebook, whether it's true or not. You go and you ask those people, hey, and Facebook has an option. You just click on it, invite people to your page. And you just go and you click through and you invite everybody you know, the uncles, the cousins, and say, hey, I've got this product, I've got this laundromat, I've got this real estate business, I got this thing, help me with. And whether it's really good or bad, those people that are really connected to you, they're going to share it, regardless of whether it's a good quality product or not. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a super high quality product. It's just that they're probably going to do it anyway because they like you as a person. And you're a wonderful human being, right? Right? You're a wonderful human being. Okay. Now, as time goes on, and this is where the program comes in, make sure that if you want the downloads, the links to everything, get on our Teachable page, sign up. It's free. I'm not selling you anything at this point. Just go on there and click the links to download the software. So as people go in and they click the like button and they engage in your content, Facebook has this really great option of going back through, and you can invite those people to follow your content, to like your page. There is an automation tool for it. I'm not going to post in the description on YouTube. Get to my Teachable page because I want to be kind of private. I don't want every single person having it. It's free. You can actually go and automate the like process for everybody, and it'll send them a personalized message and say, hey there, Billy so-and-so, can you do me a favor and like my page? And I regularly churn through all my social media posts on Facebook because it will build my following. It's what we do with the newspaper on a regular basis. We have somebody go through and they click on the like button on everything, or they invite people to click the like button. And we have about 50,000 people that engage with our content. And we actually, if you're in Central Ohio, our social media presence with my teeny tiny little newstown paper, it's in between the Columbus Dispatch and WTTE Fox 28, the local Fox affiliate. Our Facebook page is bigger than that, and we still haven't spent any money on advertising because this is the exact thing we do to get people to follow our content. Social media proof, community forecasting. We're involved in the community, and then we go back and we ask people to like our content. Now, as you grow your social media page and as people engage in your content, they come to know you, your social media persona, whatever product or business it is, they get way more in tuned to pay attention to your ads, things you're selling. Now, I always recommend you get a little creative with the ideas and the things that you are talking about on there. So I love memes, and I love talking about that stuff. And one of the funny memes, I like drinking Monster energy drinks, and there's a meme about Kyle and how Kyle punches out drywall and this whole thing. There's a Infinity War in-game tie-in there. It's just all these hilarious memes. So on my laundromat, back in September when we were churning through these posts, I said, this isn't the one, but I had another one that said, hey, can somebody please tag Kyle on these posts? His monsters came back in. And on that other one, it performed about the same. On this specific one, we had 1,326 people read an ad that I am stocking Monster at the laundromat. I mean, most people don't care about that stuff, but when they're engaged in your content, they like you for who you are, they feel that you're providing a service or something in the community, you'll get 15 shares on your content that they're being marketed to because they like you as a person, they want to promote your content. I posted another one, and it said, don't be surprised if you see smoke coming out of my laundromat. It's just the flaming hot Cheetos that we just stocked. It's a straight ad. We're telling people we've restocked the vending machine. We have a vending machine there, and it has flaming jalapeno Cheetos. And I had almost 900 people read the post. They spent 3 seconds of their life that they'll never get away seeing that Brandon has a vending machine at the laundromat. And I can tell you right now, we sold out of those freaking things within 2 days at the laundromat. Once again, free advertising. People like me. People like my social media thing. This was before YouTube. This is before anybody cared about my laundromat on YouTube. When I had like 2,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, no one cared about me, but they cared about flaming hot Cheetos at the laundromat. And this is all stuff that anybody can do. And the power with all of this is it's localized. Everybody wants to start like a freaking YouTube channel anymore. And let's be honest, not everybody, and I'm even shocked that my YouTube channel does well at all. Maybe it's because of my hillbilly nature or because I have 140 rentals, but some reason people like watching my rentals and laundromat stuff. But when you localize your content, especially on Facebook, you go from competing with everybody else on YouTube like I have to do to competing with, it's me and another laundromat. There's 2 people in a county of 80,000 people. I don't compete with a lot of people. So when you pull out these tricks and these strategies and these ideas and these methods, you're not competing with everybody in the state or in your world. You're competing with a local marketplace, and it's so freaking powerful. My real estate page is bigger than any of the brokers in Central Ohio, and it's Brandon's rental company. I'm competing with multi-million-dollar brokerages who have a history or legacy of selling billions of dollars worth of real estate. Oh, people are talking to me. Billions of dollars of real estate. And Brandon from Southern Ohio beats them out, at least on Facebook marketing. And I'm pretty sure my social media presence is even bigger than them on a large note. So, having said all of that, here is what happens once you have done your process and you've invested more time in it. Because with my laundromat, for better or worse, due to YouTube and all that stuff, I'm running out of time to market the laundromat. My rental business is insane. Here's one of my little houses. I've done YouTube videos on this. It's a $400 teeny tiny little house. My real estate Facebook page has almost 10,000 likes. On this post, 73 shares, 81 people commented, 24 likes, almost 12,000 people. This house is in a county of only 62,000 people. 1/6 of the county saw my ad. It's insane, the power of social media. And regardless of what it is, The nice thing is you can message these people. You can contact them. You can ask them to contact you. If you are trying to buy real estate, let's say buy rentals, it's almost impossible to buy effective ads, at least in my opinion. So what you've got to do is you've got to build up these relationships with people. You can do it in a massive form on Facebook, and you can get them to contact you, to message you. This one probably had 150 questions or between comments and direct messages to the page. That's from April. Here's another one where I leverage my Facebook presence to fight a political battle. In the county where my laundromat is, they were trying to pass a law that would make landlords liable for all tenant utility bills as far as the water is concerned. So if a tenant wants to get back at their landlord, they can turn the water on, and then they are only held on a civil infraction, and a landlord essentially can't recoup money if a tenant wants to waste water in their house, turn on the faucets, lock the house, and leave. It's a thing that happens, and some of my friends have lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on it. They were trying earlier this year to pass a law that says landlords are responsible for 100% of those bills. So Brandon leverages his Facebook page and has 4,000 people see the post saying, this is going to hurt my business. This is going to make me increase the cost of rent. I don't want to raise rent on my people. I rent to a bunch of economically disadvantaged people. They need a break, and this is not helping them. This is hurting landlords. This is hurting good tenants. It helps bad tenants. Can you help me? And call city council. Because of my Facebook page, everybody on city council got a call, and I got a lot of upsetted politicians. The people loved me. The politicians sure didn't, because I mentioned to people that there's a problem going on in town right now, and it needs to be addressed immediately. And it did, through the power of social media on Facebook. And then going back to another post, I accidentally double posted one day. And normally with social media, you're not supposed to post. You're supposed to post every 24 hours or a couple times a day. I double posted this, and I had 2 ads, same pictures. Everything was the same. And I had over 10,000 people on each post do it. Once again, I've got copies of all these ads and all this stuff on Teachable. They're going to be image downloads along with the automatic software on there. Everything's free on Teachable. I think you have to sign up your name and email address at investmentjoy.com/teach. Just do the link in the description on the video, and you can download all of this. And let me know, guys, if you want me to go in even further detail on Facebook. I can talk all day long about Facebook, how I built my real estate business on Facebook, how I do the newspaper on Facebook, all of this stuff. I can do it very, very easily. And it's just one of those things where it's a free tool that realistically you can do on a computer, and you need a way to take pictures. Use a cell phone. Other than having access to a phone or a computer, whatever, and you're watching content right now, so you have some sort of access. Gosh, if you had access to a library, you could do everything and build your business on a library. But it allows people, in a real general sense, to massively market to people, to contact people, and start that relationship. You don't want to look at everybody like a dollar sign in the future, although they are. What you want to do is look at building relationships and building this following through social media. You know, I can kind of do that with YouTube, but I find that YouTube's great for broad market, but Facebook's very localized. And when I do a post saying, hey, do you know anybody that has a rundown rental property or wants to sell something? Do you want to do it? So I would say about 1/3 of all the properties that I've bought in past 3 years, let's say, at least 1/3, have been through Facebook, because it works so well. And I get calls probably every week or every other week where people are asking me, hey, I got a property at 123 East Main Street. I'm interested in selling it. Today, this morning, I had somebody say, hey, you want to buy some acreage in, they named off a really expensive town and said, would you be interested in buying it? And, I don't want to, but I get leads. I get people calling me, asking me to buy cheap real estate all the time because I have this phenomenally awesome free social media presence. So here it is, guys. If you have questions, be sure to get a hold of me. We've got this link on investmentjoy.com. I think questions. You can ask questions. We also do them on Discord. I'm going to be opening up questions and comments here in probably a minute. I'm done with the static portion of the lecture. So we're going to segue. You can get the downloadables on investmentjoy.com/teach. And I'm going to go back through and I'm going to answer any questions that you guys have about social media marketing. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to watch the replay of this live stream, it'll be on my Teachable page. All right, so I'm getting ready for your questions now. There we go. We're live. I figured out how to get the security camera on my screens behind me. I'm so excited about it. While the video was playing, like I said, I recorded it earlier. I kid you not, the kid showed up and he tried to steal change from my coin machine. I don't know how to load it on BlueStacks right now, but while we were typing it to each other, the boy came in, smacked the machine. I got on my phone and was like, "You're being watched," and he freaked out and ran. He didn't get any money off me. It's insane. So, all right. There's like a 30-second delay. It sucks. It should be working. Let me know. OBS, yeah. Okay, oh, cool. OBS is working right. I've got so much video equipment, and I've bought so much stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how to get everything in here working. No, I'm not using a dial-up modem. Maybe you are. I'm on gigabit fiber here. I've got a really crappy router, and it's in between the modem from Spectrum and my computer, so I can have Wi-Fi for my phones, and it drops it from half gig to like 100 meg. So we just did the video segment. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't. The replay will not be on YouTube or Facebook. I guess this is being broadcast on Facebook too. It's going to be on teachable.com/investmentjoy. That's where I'm putting this kind of stuff. I talked about an automation tool for your Facebook pages. I don't want everybody to know about it, so I put it on Teachable too. All you have to do is sign up, email address, and you get it for free. Hey, Corey, guess what? In the studio, I can watch you now. So if you did lose your change, I can watch you and, make sure that you actually lost change or not. So you have a question regarding your long-term ways to generate wealth. You're currently you're junior at UC Davis, and you want to begin to invest. What should you do? What should you invest in stocks? The big thing is, and I keep putting out these videos, and I get nasty messages all the time. But then I get questions from people like you, and it's like, I need to just keep doing it. Number one is like the best time to invest in the stock markets yesterday. The second best time is now. I think I have a link. I'll post it on here again. Yes, Milk Cap, it's live. I'm going to post a link here in the description right now. And it's for Webull. You can sign up under me. I make a little bit of money if you sign up. But you can go there. You can get 2 free stocks. They tend to be valued at like $15 together. That's like, you can get cheap stocks with Webull when you sign up for free, but most of the time, I think 90% of the people that sign up, they get $14 in free stocks. So you deposit $100, you get a 14% return immediately. With the rest of the money, I actually have a video I did probably a week ago, maybe 10 days ago, and it says how to buy real estate for $5.72. I'm here in the studio again. This TV's flickering. That's crazy. But I did this video on how to invest in real estate investment trusts, and it's these companies that own tens of thousands of properties, way more than I own. And you buy one share of stock in their company, and you own a little tiny piece of their portfolio. So whether it's shopping malls or apartment complexes, some of them own theaters, stuff like that, you get a little tiny piece of every single one of them. And over the course of time, as long as the economy does not just implode, as long as, we don't live in Mad Max times and people are eating each other on the streets and whatnot, those real estate investment trusts will go back up most likely. And when it returns to the norm, however far that is in the future, the returns typically tend to be insane. Most of the people I know that did that back in 2008, 2009, 2010 during the mortgage crisis, they ended up making like 20 to 25% every year. When the market's booming, REITs suck because the yields start dropping. And the only way to do it's increase people's rent significantly, or it's to sell. And so REITs kind of lose value in good times. In my opinion, REITs are bad to invest in good times. They're great to invest in bad times. The other alternative is just to buy a broad market ETF fund like Vanguard. It's Vanguard Total Market or Vanguard S&P 500. I think the symbol might be VII or VOO. If you watch any of my videos on stocks, it goes into really vivid detail of what you need to do. How many followers should you have before plugging your business? I would say 200 or 300. I want to say 300 when I transitioned from community posts and why you should love me to, hey, Brandon's got flaming hot Cheetos. Hey, we've got Monster in the machine. Come buy Monster. Hey, tag. I did a post, and I thought that I had it on the video, but I didn't. And it was hey guys, let Kyle know my machine at the laundromat has Monster in it. Because there's this meme, and we will do a segment at some point on how to use memes. My news company, holy crap, that TV bugs me. I can't see it now, but I need to change the shutter rate or something. But there's this thing. It's a meme about Kyle. Here, I think we could do it live. Well, I got 2 monitors. This is going to be great. I'm going to show you the Kyle Monster meme. Okay, yeah, this is good enough. Can you see? Crap. I can't see OBS. Can you see my Kyle Monster meme here, guys? Yes. Okay. So it says, drink up, Kyle. You need to grow big and strong enough to punch holes in drywall. There's this meme with Kyle, and I know it's a national thing, but man, there's this meme is every freaking where on social media around here. People punching holes in drywall. I laugh because I have people punch holes in drywall too. So I did this post for my laundromat, and I said, can you please go tag Kyle and let him know that we've got Monster in the machines? I had like 20 people tag Kyle. Just a random Kyle from town. Hey, Brandon at the laundromat has Monster for you. And, some of the guys would be like, oh, cool. They would actually have a legitimate interest in it. And then other guys were like, just stop messaging me this. Here's another meme. Kyle, I miss her so much, bro. And he punches a heart, which I actually know a landlord they did that. When you accidentally spell Kyle's Monster, there's all these wonderful memes. And I'll do a video or a segment at some point just on memes. But I do memes and stuff like that every so often. And once my Facebook page is big enough, it goes so freaking well with regards to posting memes and funny stuff. And to be honest with you guys, that's what helped my low roller scratcher. If you get and watch this replay, he was here in my laundromat beating on the machine 15 minutes ago. While we were doing the captive replay that I recorded, I got on my voice messenger because I can send audio messages to my laundromat, and he was here beating on the machine, and I called into the laundromat. I'm like, get off there, I'm watching you. This is 15 minutes ago. It's like crazy. He has not been in there, I kid you not, for 2 months. And he just came back today. So I told him, I'm calling the cops. My cash buying real estate right now or financing, I'm not doing anything right now. I have to get the trailer park done. I'm going to go back down there today, go deal with it. Just dealing with stuff like that. Any suggestion for photographers to advertise your products, get exposure? If you are a photographer, it's really hard. I am not big on photography at all as a business. I mean, I understand real estate photography. I understand, wedding photography, relationship photography. It's very, very competitive. Real estate, a little less so. Architectural photography, a little less so than like wedding photography. At least in my market, it's oversaturated. But what works really, really well are competitions on Facebook, incentivizing people to like and share posts. You have to read the Facebook terms of service because some of it is you're not supposed to do it. But there's a way to do it without getting in trouble with terms of service on Facebook. Go in and then do what I said earlier and scrape. If you guys don't understand the scraping tool, it's on my Teachable deal and it's free. You can go in and you can scrape your users and get them to like your page. Last time I checked the metrics, our newspaper had 6,000 people from me going in and clicking like requests. So you about memes for your business. Yeah, that'll be on Teachable or YouTube soon. Is this pre-recorded? Lay Epic Taco Bell. The first part I had just recorded a little bit ago because the camera records and broadcasts to my computer down there, and I can do 4K on this baby. But when it goes from OBS, Open Broadcaster, to YouTube Live, it drops it from whatever I'm recording it at to 720p. And so when people get on Teachable, I don't want them to have a garbage replay of it. I want them to have the really full, high-quality version. So that's what we did. We're going to pre-record the first stream, and then the second segment's totally live. So right now, a good time to invest and launch a business. I would find something to do right now with coronavirus. There's a lot of business they're doing still fine. I would not start a restaurant up unless it's like a food truck right now. Be very, very careful with that. Extra bridge, you're selling. How do I put up with people that do name calling? I don't know. I'll tell you what, guys. The name calling and the derogatory comments get to me like it's the worst thing about YouTube. And I've had people, my brother and I are huge Terminator fans. It's like one of my best memories with my dad. My brother and I, we'd watch Terminator and, shoot 'em up movies with our dad. And my brother and I went and saw opening night, the new Terminator movie. I think it's opening night. But we went and we saw the new Terminator movie, and my phone blew up with nasty text messages from someone that found my direct cell phone number off of my YouTube things. And they're like, I'm going to make sure you're in jail and homeless. And all these derogatory stuff. And I was like, what the crap? I'm just some guy that recorded my day with a cell phone. What was Meet Kevin's opinion of small town Ohio when he went there? I don't know. He saw a lot of opportunity, I think. But, I think in the long term, Kevin saw the vision I have for the trailer park. But he saw that there's a lot of problems. We've run into a lot of problems, but I think that we're going to get a lot of that stuff figured out here in the next month. So, what's my Minecraft user? Just get on my Minecraft server and see when I play. I'm going to delete this live stream, watch the replay on your website. I'm not going to delete it. It'll just be marked as unlisted. So if you have the URL, you can go and rewatch it. I'm not going to take it off YouTube. Somehow there's a way, I guess, to watch stuff on YouTube that are live streams. And if someone does that, I don't care. It's just that I want the high quality version on Teachable. So, Jason said that it depends on what kind of business, which is the same thing I said. Surprisingly, yeah. These cameras I have are insane. They're 4K. They're totally awesome. I've answered all your questions up to this point. I know this is kind of a complicated-ish topic with Facebook, but as time goes on, I want to do like one or two of these a week, and I can talk about like core fundamentals. And one of those things is advertising on Facebook. It's been so good to me in terms of going out and finding people to rent my properties and going out and finding real estate deals. I do so much networking and marketing on Facebook. It's insane. And it's one of those weird things where when you get marketing nailed down and finding deals nailed down, everything else, it's like, everybody kind of struggles at something. And right now my struggle is like effective management and effective oversight. And I talk to people and they can't find a property to save their life. And just this week alone, I probably had 2 or 3 deals that I don't want to buy because of coronavirus. Because I'm not in a place that I'm free time-wise to buy stuff. I still have to deal with this freaking trailer park. The laundromat's going okay. But I have to deal with the trailer park. And, someone called me about a house and acreage in a gorgeous neighborhood for $25K. And I said, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'll probably wholesale it if I have to. Refresh rate in the camera says flickering, you can't see with the naked eye. Yeah, I know that. I know it's flickering down here on one of these TVs. The problem is I'm shooting on Sony A Alpha 6500s, and the shutter priority is really stupid with them. There's like 3 different settings for the shutter speed. There's a recording shutter speed, there's a live view shutter speed, and there's another one. And it breaks it up into 3 separate categories. I don't know which one it is. And it's either I can fix the video settings and make people mad, or I cannot do it and try to fix it, or I can just do it. And and make people mad at the same time. And so I'm going to make people mad with the flickering. So I guess I could turn it off. What's my opinion of using crowdfunding to buy real estate? Would you consider doing this yourself? I have done so already myself. I kind of did crowdfunding with the first few properties I bought. So how much in taxes is owed on that free house? I have no clue. He's talking about the free house that I did a video on with Sean back in the day. No, that was like a week ago. Bitcoin's about hit 10K. It already hit 10K today. It's an adventure store. Computer could do that. Keep up the good work. Thank you for your hard work, Jimmy Hodges. Discord questions. I already did Discord questions. Fan from UK, Brandon, like vids on real estate. I'm glad you enjoy them. The UK is very different than Ohio, but there's a lot of English common law type stuff that are there. Here, we're going to change the scenery, guys. We can do this now. Live. No one there? I did this live the other day when I was at the studio, and there were like 6 people in there. It was great. Is it ever difficult to roll out of bed with the trouble you have to deal with? Now, I really, truly love my work. I get upset, and I might try to avoid it. So, but it's pretty. There's a house where you live. There's a housing shortage. Since you're living there for a year, you've been interested in real estate, but you keep hearing it's expensive as hell. I don't know where you live, so real estate tends to be expensive. I mean, I live in an area where the average person, middle to lower class, makes $25,000 a year, and I can buy houses for $25,000 or $50,000. It's not super hard. The statistic is, whatever a single individual makes in an area, you should figure out what that gross income is, multiply it by 3, and that should be your average house rate if it's in an okay neighborhood. In my area, of course, you can buy quite a few houses for $75,000. But then again, I meet a lot of people that only make $30,000 a year, and they feel that the $25,000 for the houses for them are totally unavoidable. They can't buy them. And it's just one of those crazy things. If you really think about it, most people would look at an area like Central and Southern Ohio and stuff and say, Brandon, you live in the golden land. How? You live in the greatest place in America to go out and buy real estate. And yet very few do it because the same kind of not the exact same objections that people have to buying real estate in Los Angeles or New York or the East Coast, West Coast, whatever it is, they have their own objections here. And they say, well, I don't want to do it. I can't do it. And yet, so it ends up being me and my buddy Sean buying real estate in Central and Southern Ohio in these areas that we're at. And it's just like this market is so vast, but people don't want to do it. Even though I'm in the golden land, the land flowing with milk and honey. Did I answer all my Discord questions? I think I did. I will double check though. I don't want to make people angry at me. I can do both at the same time. What's my plan to make riches into generational wealth? Milnar asked that on Discord. All I want is to make sure that my kids have access to work for my company if they're good at it. If my kids aren't good at real estate and this stuff, they're not going to get in my properties. They already know that. My wife's fine with it because I don't want to put people in a position to live in real estate that's not managed well. And I buy properties all the time off of landlords that have given it to their kids or they've inherited it themselves, and they do a terrible job of managing it. I don't really want to put that on somebody else. My kids, if I died, they would end up with a lot of money. If I died right now, they would very likely end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece. But if they squander that money, it doesn't do any good for them. There's a lot of talk about wealth disparity in the United States and wealth transfer in the United States. And it's one of those things where, from my perspective, all you have to do is go out and look for it, and you can find people's estates to buy, and you can go and you can get that generational wealth that did not transfer very well for other people. And you just have to look for it. So I feel like life has this great estate tax. So if you're not good at managing your parents' wealth that you inherit, you're going to screw yourself and screw your kids over. So everybody is essentially responsible for their own self, for their own future with regards to finances. So unless my kids really hustle and learn to invest and do things like that. And as it stands right now, I feel like my kids are on the right path. I could be wrong, but I think they're heading in the right direction. But if they can't manage, their allowance that they get now, the $10 a month or whatever that I pay them for chores, or what, it's nothing. It's phenomenal. If they can't manage that, then how could they manage a house? The answer is they couldn't manage a house. And I see that all the time. People inherit real estate and vast sums of wealth, and they squander it. And it's up to people that can hustle to go out and grab it by the bagful. I've done the story about Mr. Gary and how he gave his son 32 rentals and he ran them into the ground. It happens all the time. So there's Milnar's question. You just joined Webull. What should you invest in? I like REITs. I did a video specifically on REITs. It's titled on my channel, How to Buy Real Estate for $5.72. I think that's the title of it. And it talks about how to buy real estate investment trusts. Like NRZ, AGNC, I can't remember the one that owns Topgolf. I think they're a really good buy. If the market comes back in the next 3 years, you're going to make 25% on your investment. It'll be really, really good. How can kids earn money during quarantine? Unix System 101 asked that. I would look in a real general sense to how can you support a business with technology for like contactless payments and things like that? I did several videos on this. Small engine repair is another one. Finding something that people need right now during quarantine and figure out what the need is and how to fulfill it. Just because you're a kid and you're supposed to be in school and you're not, that doesn't make any difference. The biggest roadblock for a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old or 14-year-old for making gobs of money right now is laws. And there's always a way to find yourself doing the compliant thing with laws, whatever the law is, to start your own business as a kid, as a teenager, and your own mindset that keeps you in saying, well, I'm just a kid. I can't go out and do it. I've read a story about, I read a story about a kid who built a application on iPhone for the military in Israel. He's 12 years old. And it's like they have 1 million downloads or all these downloads. The military paid him all this money. And they did a story on it like, I started the app development when I was 11 years old. And then my buddy Sean knows a kid that's 12 years old. He has a dozen rentals. Let me say that again. He's 12 years old. He has a dozen rentals. He contacted people through Facebook and bought their house. He never met them. He had an attorney and a title company, and they closed all these properties. He's 12 freaking years old. His parents help him set up an LLC or some sort of trust to go out and buy properties that the kid manages. So he owns rentals, and he's a teeny little kid. I have a 10-year-old. She doesn't do any of that. She can barely build a house in Minecraft. Why did I buy TVs instead of a green screen? Because when I turn around and look, I see things on here. So when it comes time to watch MMA or a boxing fight or whatever it is, when it comes time for Brandon to chill out with friends and watch TVs or watch a program, I can watch them on a tax write-off television rather than a green screen, because when you look at a green screen, it's green. It might look different on the interweb, but in real life, it's green. When I look at these TVs, what you are seeing on the video is what I see in person, except I can't turn my head around. I would die. So that's why I did that. Am I going to do the kid cover face, come live on YouTube, separate video? I don't know. I don't know that it recorded. Mix ETF funds and a 401k. 401k is a vehicle that you drive your investments in. You got 3K, what you dump it in? Unless you are certain, absolutely certain, right freaking now on what you should be buying, I always like broad funds on the market. Make sure I'll drop my link in the description, the chat again. For Webull, you can get 2 free stocks. So you go on, you deposit $100, you get free stocks. It's kind of cool. And with that, you immediately make a little bit of money on it, and I make a little bit of money if you sign up too. Or a trailer park before the laundromat arcade. Decide prioritize rehab. Why am I prioritizing the trailer park over the laundromat arcade? The laundromat arcade, at best, will make $40,000 a year. At best, the trailer park will make $500,000 a year. At best. So if I have a choice between $500,000 and $40,000 or whatever I said, that's how I prioritize. It's pretty simple. I'm going to post American YouTubers throughout much different deals out there. I'm having a real hard time. You're about the UK. The deal structure that you have to do in the United Kingdom. This is from Hillbilly Brandon in Ohio. What I understand about UK laws is it's very important to go in and do what we in the United States would call a lease option, meaning you go out and you master rent or you let a property off of an older, larger landlord, and you say, I want to lease, rent, let this property out. I want to have full control over it, and I want to come up with a predetermined price in the future that I can purchase it for. You make a margin or some cash flow on that property by coming in and being a sub-manager under the owner, the original landlord, the guy that owns the property. And you collect that fee and you take that money and you figure out how to make more money off that property, so that predetermined price that the guy really didn't care about, at some point you're going to be able to exercise the option to purchase. I don't know if they call them options in the United Kingdom because, I don't know. You guys have a queen over there. At least I think you do. So you go and you get that money and you sock it back, and then all of a sudden you've got a war chest of 5,000 pounds or whatever it is that you can use to improve the property over the course of a couple years, and then you exercise your option, your ability to purchase that property, and now you're the landlord, and you're no longer subleasing it, subletting, sub-renting off somebody else. Hopefully that makes sense. That's the only way that I know guys in the United Kingdom that are doing pretty well. I've met a couple that are in Scotland that are trying to do new development rentals. I know a guy that took a old farm shed, like a barn, and he turned it into a house, and he said it was a disaster. So, where you see finished products of these flipped homes? You do. You haven't watched every single video that I have. I've got several post-renovation videos. But I get so many complaints from people who don't watch those videos that I am doing a couple videos right now on what they look like when they're done. The meth smoking tenants, the people of the rock, I have an after repair video on that. I've got one of my 350. I've got 2 or 3 videos on post rehab $300 videos. And I got one more on there. I do the videos. The problem is the way that YouTube promotes content to you. Just because I do a video and say, oh, someone punched a hole in drywall, this is so sad, and then 3 months later I do the, hey, this is the follow-up video, there's a very minimal chance that you're ever going to see the video, unless you do the notification bell, and even then that doesn't guarantee it. You just essentially have to binge watch all my content, which is good for me, but not everybody does it. Video poker machine is illegal. Logitech earnings on Monday. You bought NRZ. One of the moderators, Ashton, on our Discord channel on the internet, he went in and bought NRZ at $4 or something. He's making tons of money on it. So, flip your used video games on eBay. Yeah, video games and computer equipment has huge demand. You can make a crazy margin right now on flipping any sort of video equipment. I made a mistake here not too long ago, and I went out and bought these these Canon cameras, and they're terrible for live streaming. If you want to go out and record video, they're great. I spent $500 on them, and usually with electronic equipment, I just hate it because you go out, you buy video equipment or anything electronic, and you buy it, you make a mistake, you can't return it, you immediately lose your money. I resold them on Facebook for what I had in them. It was great. So I didn't lose money on them. That's a first in a long time. Yeah, Samuel Leeds is the guy that I kind of follow in the UK. I know there's a lot of complaints about him. I think that the core business idea he has, it's rent to rent or let to let. I don't know what it's exactly called, but his process in the UK is no different than my master lease with an option in the United States, and it's very, very easy to do. How do I plan on having any new content? Do I plan on having any new content? Well, this is content right now, believe it or not. Me talking to people about how to do a Facebook page and how to make millions on a Facebook page, that's content. The difference is, am I going to have trailer park content? Am I going to have laundromat drama content? Am I going to have flip houses content? I've got a bunch of different stuff in the works. I'm trying to just figure out exactly what is going to work well. Samuel Leeds has been investigating on his courses. You check him out. I think he's a little bit shady. If you're watching this, Samuel Leeds, don't hate me. The problem is with a lot of these guys, and I think that it's where a lot of problems come out, is they start selling really expensive courses. And, there's somebody at the laundromat. Yay. The problem is with a lot of these situations that I see, this Brandon's opinion course, is that you're a real estate agent. You're selling, flipping houses or whatever. You're doing what I do with the trailer park, and you make this much money. And then you start posting videos on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, and you start selling a little bit of stuff. And I talk about this all the time on my channel. You start putting content, and then you make this much money. The workload is completely inverse. To do videos, you make this much money. And you make this much money. You do real estate, you make this much money, and you profit this much money. Now you go work at Walmart, you spend this much work, and you make this much money. You work a 9-to-5 job, you typically make this much money unless you're really highly skilled. So real estate you can make tons of money on, but if you're selling freaking courses or information online, you can scale that money so quickly, and you don't have to buy houses, you don't have to spend ton of money doing it, and it becomes very provocative and very easy to make all this money. And it's very difficult because for me, it's like with the trailer park and the laundromat and all the real estate stuff, it's like, all the bad things that have happened to me, I'm not just making money off of them because of being in real estate, I'm also making money off my YouTube stuff too. And it becomes very easy, and I have to sit, if I'd be honest, I would just abandon all the real estate stuff, all my trailer park stuff. I just abandon it and just do YouTube stuff because it's a lot easier and makes more money. But of course, I realize there's people that live in my houses that depend on me. I've got to make sure that I keep chugging along and making sure everything's right with my properties. But that's why people like Samuel Leeds or insert celebrity real estate mogul guy does those courses, is because they make so much money. You go out, you flip 5 houses, you make $100,000 on those houses. You could package your knowledge up and sell it as a course and make $1 million off of it, and there'd be the same, almost equal time investment or less time investment. And that's why those people, it's like, they start selling products and then they start losing their core business skills. And it really quickly becomes this chasing thing, and they have a hard time, going back and finding profitable things, or they get investigated, like they say. And there's people out there that have hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend on education to flip one house. And it's like, I ask myself that question a lot. Am I stupid or smart because I turned the money down? I've turned down crap loads of money. Hey, I'll fly out to Ohio. Can you teach me? Well, I don't have time. Am I smart? Am I not? I don't know. Today, kids have so many chances of making extra money online by downloading apps, smartphones, farming. Yeah, I disagree with downloading apps to make money in essence, and doing surveys and all that crap. I've never met anybody that does well with them. Mostly they're trying to monetize ad sales and stuff like that, and you can't make money off of it. The real money is going in and setting up websites for people, or setting up social media pages for other people, doing that kind of stuff. You have to work and you have to have knowledge, and it's usually setting up stuff for people that don't know how to do it themselves. I did a video recently on how to make money from home, and I had a lot of good feedback on setting up contactless payment systems. A lot of businesses don't know how to take anything other than cash or a traditional swipe credit card. They don't know how to do Google Pay or Apple Pay. And there's people out there that are going and they are making $500 per terminal just to set them up in a business, because those businesses are going under because they can't accept contactless payments. That's like one of the things that I would be doing if I was 16 years old, had a lot of time during quarantine. I'd start making phone calls, sending messages to people, emailing business and say, what can I do to make your business survive during quarantine? And find out what they need. And that stuff is happening every single day. I get messages and Instagram DMs every single day from people that say, oh, I watched your video. I'm so happy that you did that because my cousin, he watched my YouTube video. He said, I loved your video on small engine repair because I wanted to show you this. And he sent me a text message where he had picked up a $500 power washer and had a bad carb in it, just like I said in the video. Had a bad carburetor on it. He spent $5. He fixed it. And he said, I can flip this right now on Facebook Marketplace for $300. Took him 20 minutes. And it's exactly what I said on my YouTube video in the past few days. And he's like, yeah, this stuff that you say works. I just can't believe that people out there haven't thought of it. And every day I get people saying, oh, I've never thought about small engine repair. You can make money off COBOL coding. I've never thought about Python scripting. Yeah, please don't spam your own YouTube channel on my live stream. What you can do is do your own live stream. Yeah, we're going to hide you. So you need your parents to set up your account, have them set up a custodial account. Yeah, have parents set up a custodial account. So I'm trying to read. Everything is going way too fast. You don't have $25,000 of day trading, Trevor Smith. You need to figure out what is the best way to never consider day trading again. Never, ever, 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 ever day trade. Day trading is the worst thing that anybody can ever consider. Day trading, Forex, options. Don't do them. You will lose your money. I know like 2 people that are successful out of it out of 1,000 people. And to me, if you're going to look at an opportunity to make money, you don't go with something that has a 99.8% fail rate. You go and you find the thing that 90% of people succeed in. It wasn't that long ago, like the most successful business you could get in was Subways, because they had a failure rate of like 2% or 5%, maybe 3% failure rate. And I met all these people like, I'm not going to do a Subway. I'm going to set up a sub competitor. I'm going to call it Mr. Subs or whatever the crap they were. Like, I'm going to do my whole unique idea. I'm not going to go with an established idea. Yes, it'll take, Subways took 5 years to be profitable. But if you did exactly what they told you to do, you had a 97%, 98% chance of success. And all these people went out and tried to do their own thing, and every single one of them went bankrupt because they didn't want to take an established idea. They wanted to blaze their own trail. And I hate to break it to you, but you've got to figure out and learn to evaluate things yourself and learn what works. Day trading, options, Forex, unless somebody is selling you a course, almost nobody is successful about it. It's really funny. The only people that are talking about Forex and YouTube, or Forex and day trading and options on YouTube or Wall Street Bets or Facebook, every single one of them selling a course because they make money off the course. They make money off the information. They're not successful at all. And if you get on both WSB and a couple others, you can see investigations into day traders where every single one of them is lying. They have not found a successful one yet. If the power washer that my cousin bought, he picked it off the side of the road for free because somebody thought it was broken. $500 power washer, brand new, $300 used. He got it for free. He put a $5 or $10 carb kit in it. It took him 15 minutes of his own time. The TV infomercial is dead since YouTube replaced them. No, infomercials are still a thing because boomers still exist. There you go. He bought the carb rebuild kit for $5. Yeah, small water systems, municipal payments. Be safe, grow it slowly, but you should start with paper trading. Don't even do paper trading because you're going to fail. And here's the screwball thing about day trading and options. Just because you're profitable during paper trading, 95% of you will fail during trading on your own money because your mindset changes. I've met probably 20 or 30 people that were successful paper traders. And then all of a sudden they started trading themselves with their own real money. They all failed. Every single one of them failed. Because the mentality changes. Your own money. The mindset changes. You're no longer objective like you were with paper trading. Real estate and upscale neighborhood. Why do you need to be in upscale housing? I've had this argument with a lot of people. Why do you need to be in upscale housing? How about you do whatever it is that has money in your local neighborhood? I've asked this question on my live streams before. Make sure you hit the like button real quick. I've asked this question before on my live streams, guys. And sign up to Teachable under investmentjoy.com/teach if you want to watch the live stream replay and participate in future ones. But would you clean a toilet for $500? Answer in the comment section. I'll go on because there's a little bit of a delay. But would you clean a toilet for $500? And answer yes or no. I'm going to give you a minute. Go back, read these comments. Yeah, day trading is awful. It's garbage. Don't even consider it. Get it out of your mind. Options and Forex are the same way. Don't even consider it. The stock market's a wonderful thing. You can make tons of money, but it's always over long terms, and it's not fun. investing in REITs and ETFs like Vanguard. It's not fun. You go in and you put $10 a week or $10 a day in an investment. It's not fun. You hit a button and hit trade. There's no watching charts. You just do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Someone says, depends on the toilet. $500 is $500, guys. I don't know how you could replace a toilet in 30 minutes. You could just pull the old one up and put a new one in for $89.95 at Menards or Lowe's. You didn't have to clean it. Make $400. Everybody right now on the live stream says, you say that you would clean a toilet for $500. But I'm running into all these people and they say, well, I want to invest in an upscale neighborhood. I don't want to out one person on the live stream and say, oh, you're dumb for thinking this. But it's the mentality of a lot of people. They have this idea that, oh man, all the money is in upscale real estate, or all the money is in insert type of real estate. All the money is in Airbnb. All the money is in hotels or motels, Holiday Inns. All the money is in this one thing, and I should go and do it. And the reality is, you should figure out what makes money in your own neighborhood, has low competition, and you should go out and do it. Maybe it's cleaning out carburetors for push mowers with a toothbrush. I don't know what it is in your neighborhood, but there's going to be those opportunities. Maybe it's throwing away bed frames that have bed bugs in them. I don't know. But there's going to be jobs and opportunities in a local neighborhood where you can make, maybe it's not $500 an hour. That's one example. Maybe it's $150 an hour that you can make doing something in your local neighborhood. And it probably won't be flipping expensive housing. It could be. Probably won't be. It'll probably be hauling junk out of some dumpy rental for a landlord or some old lady. Maybe it's going through somebody's free yard sales and flipping stuff. I don't know what it is, but it very rarely looks like the really appealing stuff because Minority Mindset, they did this one. Let me see if I can find the graphic because I should put it behind me. We're doing this live. So I want to see if I can find this image. And it is wonderful. There we go. I got this image, and it's truly wonderful. Minority Mindset, they have a wonderful YouTube channel. Gosh dang it. Okay. I'm going to have to scrape this image real quick. It's called the Triangle of Success. Can you see it? Let me get back on OBS real quick. I want to see if you guys can see it. It's a Triangle of Success. And over here you have skills, attributes, and knowledge. Well, shoot. That's not exactly what I want. Crap. I have lied to you all. But there's a triangle, and Minority Mindset has it. And it's really, really good. And on the triangle, you have your ability to work, the amount of money you have, and your knowledge in a specific area. Knowledge, hustle, money. And if you lack you can succeed and do pretty well with two of the three. So if you have knowledge and money, you don't need to work hard. If you have money and you work hard, you don't need the knowledge. But you have to have all three. You can't have just knowledge in an area. If you're knowledgeable and lazy, you're screwed. If you have money but no knowledge and no work ethic, you're screwed. If you are a hard worker but have no money or no desire to get knowledgeable about a topic, you're screwed, guys. You've heard the saying, and I want to do a video series on it. You know, a lot of people say, well, if you work hard, you'll make money. And if you work hard, you'll be super successful. That's not exactly true. I've talked about it on live streams before. My grandpa worked at a freaking coal factory, coal steam factory. He shoveled coal into a steam generation system, a steam turbine to make electricity. He worked like a dog. It didn't make him rich. He worked, 60 hours a week. He did not get rich. What eventually made my grandpa better off was he took all of his money and he threw it in CDs, certificates of deposits at banks, which are truly terrible investments. But it just so happens the 1970s rolled around and the early 1980s rolled around, and the money that he had started getting 10% interest. And that money rolled over during the entirety of the 80s, and he made out like a bandit. He had no knowledge in something, but he lucked into it. If he would have taken the money that was produced through his insanely hard work and would have invested it in like even okay mutual funds during the entirety of the 50s, 60s, and 70s rather than CDs, by the time the 1980s rolled around, he would have been a multi-millionaire. But he didn't have the knowledge. He had the hustle. He didn't have really the money either. He had some income, and he had no knowledge about investments, and he didn't end up very, very wealthy. He did okay, took care of my grandma, but he lacked two of the three concepts. And if you have those three, you're going to be filthy rich. But if you have two of the three, you're going to do pretty good. I hope that mindset is makes sense, because I'm going to do a video series on it at some point, and I could just name people off, first name, last name, how much they're worth all day long that had money but no knowledge and hustle, and they screwed themselves. They had lots of knowledge but no hustle, no money. They screwed themselves. And then I've endless situations where people have two of the three, they do very well. And I know a few people that had all three: knowledge, hustle, money, and they just ended up life with 9 figures. It's insane. So where am I from? I'm from Ohio. Oh my gosh, I missed a lot of these. Upscale areas pay higher property taxes. Yes, they do, but it's one of those things where just find where you can make money. You don't have any money now. You need to hustle and learn. You're learning now. Yay, you're learning. Yay. Welfare is very supportive of North America. T-shirt printing earns money. I don't like t-shirt printing. I talk about that a lot. Do you guys know I have a merchandise store at investmentjoy.com and investmentjoystore.com? You can buy a t-shirt with my face on it. I have made $5 off t-shirts right now. And we have a content team that produces stuff like that. They produce t-shirts and stuff like that. We don't make any money off of them, even though I have such a large YouTube channel. It's terrible. T-shirts can make money, but there's so much competition right now in t-shirts. It's not something that I would ever really put effort into. And to be honest with you, I'm not putting any effort into my own merchandise business because it doesn't make money. So I'm trying to read. You are disabled. You make $640 a month. I specifically did a video the other day on my recommendations for somebody that is on SSI or SSD with Social Security income. I would like that to become a bigger series because there are laws that are really terrible for people on SSI that makes it hard but not impossible to start a business. It's hard but not impossible. 0 barriers to entry to t-shirt printing. You're right. And because there's 0, you can go on printful.com and you can design your own shirt in 5 minutes. And everybody else feels that way. And there's so many people that are selling garbage courses on selling t-shirts that it's a thing. It's just like drop shipping. You could make money off of it if you're really, really good. Or you go out and mow yards for your neighbors. And you can make money tonight. And you don't have to be good at it. You have to show up. And you have to contact people, and you'll make more money tonight mowing yards than you would in the next 3 months. I would say that with a 99.9% guarantee. You'll make more money mowing yards tonight if you're physically capable of it than you would selling t-shirts over the next 3 months. I would put up $500 for anybody right now doing that. So I'm going to do this live stream here in a minute. Make sure you do the Teachable link below if you want to watch a live stream, and we've got downloadable tools for Facebook so that you can increase your likes and followers very easily. So I hope I answered as many questions as possible. People create a cool t-shirt and think it'll sell for $30. Not many people pay for that t-shirt. No, you have to contact people. And how are you going to do that? I mean, you can do the Facebook strategy that I did earlier and meme the crap out of your page. It will take you probably a couple years to get big. So, lawnmower takes time and energy. T-shirts design once and sell 1 million times. SY, you can tell me through DM how many t-shirts you've sold. I'd love to hear how many t-shirts you've sold. I know people that run t-shirt companies. So, if you make a lot of money, you lose SSI money. It doesn't make any sense. You get punished for being successful. You're absolutely right. And I actually got contacted by a guy that's actually been before Congress about that thing, about the legal framework for people on SSI to get off SSI and start their own businesses, or to start their own businesses while on SSI and slowly transition out of it. And the way the law works in the United States is really bad right now. So, how about design a Thank Nurses t-shirt? Okay, cool. Go and design it and put it on Printful. See how successful you are. And they probably would sell. That's probably one of the best ideas of a t-shirt design you could sell right now. So go online, Google, make your own t-shirts and go sell them. And when you make your first $10,000 off t-shirt sales, I'll buy one. Just send me your sales records. We'll do a video about it. So do you still only make 3 months for owning, renting all these homes? I have suspended my salary, my personal salary, during COVID, and that's kind of more of a social appeal type deal. I don't need money off my rentals at this point. So what I did was I sent a message to all my tenants, and I said, I'm going to suspend my payments. I kind of, and when I say this, I really mean I kind of do the Dave Ramsey thing. My lifestyle can survive off of $3,500 a month. It's why I drive a Kia. My housing expenses are super low. I don't have to spend money on everything. And Dave Ramsey tells people, don't spend money on cars, and then he drives a $100,000 pickup truck. I don't dislike Dave Ramsey. I like a lot of his content, but he tells people to go do this thing. He doesn't do it himself on a lot of things. But for me, it's like I live off $3,500 and invest everything else. Any extra money that comes in, I just throw it in the market or in rentals or whatever. So during COVID, I sent a message out to my tenants. I said, I know everybody's struggling right now, so I'm not going to take any salary off my rentals. With the intention so that when I go to court and start evicting people after coronavirus is over, that I don't look like the bad guy either in real life or on social media because I'm kicking people out or evicting them for non-payment because I'm also not paying myself either. All the money that comes in from the rental company goes right back out into rehab, into the investment company. I'm not taking a salary. Hopefully that makes an answer. It doesn't sound too BS-y or make me sound like a mean man. So, you don't want my answer on that low roller. So, I like Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin. I've had Bitcoin since 2011. So, I like it. You should put a little bit of money in Bitcoin, but I'm not one of those YOLO invest every penny you have in Bitcoin. It's a good hedge against inflation. If you were investing $1,000 a month, I would totally say take 10% of it, put it in Bitcoin, take 5%, put it in gold or silver or something like that. Teespring. I would not get into the design print t-shirts. I would get into run a company that has better margins than they do. So Bitcoin's fine, Litecoin, Ethereum, all the other ones. I still have Dogecoin. I still have $500,000, $250,000 Dogecoin. So Litecoin's cheap because it's light and airy and easy to do. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. The replay will be on Teachable in a much higher quality, except for this question and answers, which doesn't ever do good on replays. So, 5, I would do 10%. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you sign up below to the Teachable link if you want the replay. I've also got the tools on there and some screenshots on how I run my Facebook page and get them. Like I said, my newspaper's at 50,000 likes. I had the picture of my real estate company, or not my real estate company. It's the largest one, the largest real estate company in Central Ohio. I can't load it up. And largest real estate company in Central Ohio. I am bigger than they are on social media. And I have spent nothing on it. It's just viral marketing, stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. I will stay for another 5 minutes on the chat because I can type just as quickly as I can talk.